I'm going to hit the purposely froze to mess with people. I hit the record button on this end. Hey guys, welcome to Battle Boys. We're going to talk about free resumes tonight. And you don't even have to use that dude with the funky eyeglasses with the bad suit that talks about Pueblo, Colorado. You guys, if you're an 80s kid, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Sarah? You know what I'm talking about? He used to sell a big thick book for like, I don't know, $300 or something like that. With all the free grant stuff, all of that. So we're going to
Information USA.
And if you don't know who Pete is, Sue, or even the lippy one, Sarah, by now, just go back into the announcement section and watch some more videos. You can connect with us on LinkedIn. That'd be great. What's even more important than free resumes, though, tonight, is to click the invite button, homies, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 22 million vets out there, 22 million vets out there. And if they are amazing as, I'm good to go in my life. I got a good job. My wife never hooked up with Jody when I was in the field. All these kids are mine. Financially speaking, I'm good to go. I got perfect credit. I'm almost as cool as Chris Griffith. All that stuff. Cool. Bring Chris to the table. He can be a resource to help the rest of the vets in the program here get on their feet, because that's what we're about, is helping everybody get to that next level. Anybody else want to jump on the bandwagon?
22 million. If we could just get 5%, we'd have the best, most helpful site on the planet.
We already have a great resource site, I think.
Yeah. But
I'm partial.
Times
obviously.
a million.
Yeah.
the collective helpery would be like limitless.
So, and just to let you guys know, we consider ourselves to be an augmentation to other organizations out there like TAP. So, you know, they get you down to the red zone pretty effectively. Typically speaking, the guys that really put their brain into what's going on in TAP, take all that stuff real serious, and they're just trying to ETS and get back home, they're usually fine. But the other 99% of us, like this 25-year-old fellow back in the day, found myself on a car lot selling cars. So that sucked. Not gonna lie. Should have taken TAP more serious. So this is a byproduct of all the lessons learned over the years. So free resumes. So we're gonna talk about where you can find some free resume sources. So here's what I've had happen to me over the last several weeks, or I'll just say a couple of years almost now. Dude, will you write a resume for my wife? Will you write a resume for me? I don't have a resume. Why would I need one? Why would I need a LinkedIn? I'm really happy right now, struggling, making $22,000 a year. Why won't somebody hire me? I got veteran on my business card that I don't give out to anyone. What else do we run into, Pete? Take it over.
Well, you just see people that don't divorce or separate themselves from the military speak. Even though they've left the military, the resume is written still with all those acronyms and all these military cadence in their writing. It's just people don't understand that. What they don't understand is people on the outside who've never been in the military don't understand that stuff. They don't even understand the significance of it. So
guess what? I was the NCOIC of J2.
Right. The hell does that mean?
Cool.
That's the civilian response.
What's J2?
Yeah, right.
Never heard of him. Never heard of her. Never heard of him. Mm-hmm. Is it a him, her? I don't want to assume pronouns, right? What is it? So earlier this week, and just to give you guys a little reference point, and Sue is going to take out her ruler and whack us over the knuckles, excuse me, if we go a second past 15 minutes. So this will be really easy to consume this evening. In the announcement section, on January 15th at 1:44 p.m. Central, so adjust your DMZ accordingly, GMT, excuse me. I got a voluntold thing out there. You guys have got access to people that are willing to take their precious time for free. Pete, what'd I say?
Free.
Sarah, your cue.
Free.
Sue, you know it's coming, right? How much is this supposed to cost these fellas and ladies?
Free.
Okay, we can use the term ladies here because everybody's ladies, but can't use gentlemen. For free. So there is literally 52 comments on here, and there's many people that said that they will act as a resource to proofread. They'll help you assemble your resume. We've got some people that translate crayon into letters, into words. We've got a bunch of people in here that are always willing to put a set of eyes on these resumes and help get you to that next level. If you're happy making $22,000 a year, 22.5, if you do a little overtime, don't bother listening. That's cool. If that's the way your life is, I've seen a lot of times, we'll get guys into battle buddies. Hey, I just want to be a dishwasher. I don't want to think. I spent 12 years out on the line in the infantry. I'm not ready for this. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. So this doesn't pertain to you. So what you need to do is your buddies that are urging you to do this kind of stuff that aren't on battle buddies, go and invite them right now. Get them over here because they're obviously positioning the right stuff. So free resources, Pete. Okay, here, Pete, I'd like to baseline your level of effort that you're willing to put in with these guys from I'll look at your stuff perspective over to your paid services perspective, just so that they understand what your willingness is here.
I'm happy to look over a resume and offer a few pointers. And then as a battle buddy, we can walk you through it as time permits and progressively make that resume better and better one stage at a time. That does take time. So if you have it, let's go for it. And then if you wanted to do more, like say, you know what, I'm just not good. Writing isn't my thing. I understand what you're trying to do, the direction you're trying to take it. That's just not me. So, let's talk about price and stuff. So, when we used to be able to meet face to face with the guys locally here, we'd get started. I'd take them on 1 or 2 steps of that process. So it's probably a 2 to 3 week time frame. And then they start using the resume before we were finished. And I'm like, damn, but they'd get offers. So just changing your resume for the better is always a good place to start.
So getting back to this free thing in the file section, we've got several resumes loaded in there that you guys we don't care. You can go and take them. Just make sure you do more than just change your name. Change the email address and the phone number at a minimum, right? I don't need any more phone calls wondering if Ted Jones is ready to go and be a dump truck driver, okay? I change it to your contact info. I've got in there is as difficult as it may seem to take something out of combat arms in the Army, which I think is kind of you guys get insulted often that, the security company wants to hire me for $12 an hour. And if I go get my permit to carry, it's 14 or something like that. Well, we've got some basics in there that help you translate that military training, the leadership, those types of things as far as de-escalation and international training of foreign humans, not soldiers, none of this NCOIC, G17 or whatever stuff. We got it in some pretty plain English. So that's in there. We've got about 200 videos loaded in here of how to write a resume, how to interview, how to prospect for a job, how to network, how to network, how to network, how to network, how to network.
Don't forget networking.
Network, you're right. We've got those things in there. They're loaded. If Sue had her way, we'd talk about this stuff for three minutes. You guys get everything you need and a fire hose delivered to you. 3 minutes. But
and if that wasn't enough, we also crammed in a few interview resources too.
Exactly. So the resume is the most basic document you need in order to get this journey started. Excuse me. Let me take a step back. You guys need to be ready to take that next step. In the process of getting yourself to that job when you're emotionally ready or whatever it happens to be, or you're retired or want part-time work, whatever. When it comes to procuring a new position, all starts at the resume, and that's with a clear mission and a clearly defined history that will substantiate what your next steps are in your career. All right, so my feet are sore from standing on a soapbox. Sarah, what would you like to add as far as the importance of the resume from what you've seen from your position as a hiring manager?
Pretty much everything we've covered in all of the videos and the files that we've got uploaded. Bullet points are really good, and then tailoring your resume to the genre that you're applying for. Make sure what you're saying on your resume fits into what you want to be. If you want to be a cook, don't talk about the time you were a boot polisher. It means nothing. Tailor your resumes to really what you want to be doing, what's going to make you happy.
Here's a question for you. If I'm going to apply for a loading dock position at your company, does my silver star that I never earned matter to you as a civilian?
Not necessarily.
How about my EIB, CIB, my CAB, and all of these other acronyms that nobody knows what the hell they are?
Not really, because they don't make any sense to pretty much everyone in HR, hiring manager. They're clueless as to what those mean. But what you did to earn them is where your importance lies, your teamwork, your bravery, your courage, your grace, whatever it was that you did to get that, the dedication, the time, that's what you bullet in there. And then you use that as a talking point.
Okay. So the resume that I wrote when I was in TAP, that talked about how great of an NCO I was, leading really hard to lead guys from Annandale, Minnesota, like where I'm from. That doesn't necessarily translate into being a loading dock fella. Is that resume probably ineffective for getting a loading dock position? Is what you're saying? Sort of.
Yeah, I don't think you would have described your capabilities or what you're bringing well enough. I mean, you need to look at your teamwork. If you can expand on, as an NCO, how you were a team leader, how you motivated people to do stuff, how you accomplished the unaccomplishable. I don't even think that's a real word. I could think to put in a resume video, but
Did the impossible.
Yeah, do the impossible. Expand on what it was that you excelled in and what you're bringing in. Then it's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some perspective on some stuff I've been working over the last couple of weeks. So I'm hiring these really high-end IT salespeople and sales engineers, okay? I expect nothing less than basically perfection, because someone that scores a 99 as far as awesomeness goes, I probably have 30 more that score 100. And even though that 1% of capability is probably there, or that person may far exceed all others that I've got stack ranked that are 100, I'm still going to pick those ones that are at the top of the pile versus those that fall short. So this is where the importance comes in. It's that differentiation. What makes you special, or that you want to let everybody know, the world know, why the hell you can do that job better than anyone else that ever applied. My mind should be so convinced after I read your resume, because if that's all I have to go off of, that's it. Not intent, none of this other stuff. That resume, it's all I got for a marketing document in front of me. I can't take a chance on spending 22 minutes versus 15 minutes of doing a quick screen on somebody. So I'm moving, I'm resetting, I'm moving again, I'm resetting. If somebody doesn't pick up the phone when I call, oh well. There's like 45 voicemails on here that I haven't gotten back to since Friday and Thursday and today, of people that missed appointments with me or whatever. That's on them. I probably read 150 LinkedIn profiles per day last week. So if you're not above everyone else, when all I have to go off of is the nonverbal communication piece of the resume, you are what you are. And if you're wondering why you're falling short, Usually it's at the beginning, and it's, Pete, how many times have we seen it? It's a couple small things
More than we can count.
and small tweaks, putting in the numbers,
Yeah.
putting in results.
That's it. And that's really the thing is you want to look better. You want to look different from your competitor. Remember, just call it a resume if you will, but when it comes down to it, it's a marketing piece. You need to sell.
And so one thing that I heard, I think it was last week, you guys got to kind of look at this as your, like a tax return type of thing. You know, most of us can get on QuickBooks or on TurboTax or whatever and bang out our taxes ourselves. But there comes a point where you got to take a step back from a professional perspective and wonder what's in your best interest for your long-term growth. So we all hit a point eventually where if you want to keep on standing out above everyone else, you're probably going to have to bring in a lot of people to help you get there, because we all know as leaders that it wasn't the guy leading that made all of the difference. It was the support that you gave your team to accomplish those missions. So, you know, we might have been dragging them with us, but, you know, our foot was up their ass when it needed. But you know what? They were sitting there behind us, pushing us to be better ourselves. And that's what this is. That's how it translates. So, Sue, I'm so sorry we went over 3 minutes.
Damn.
You know, we need a little, I didn't even put a background up tonight. You should see for the virtual backgrounds if there's like some alarms that can go off, like raw lights. Do you still call them raw lights? Rotating amber warning lamps. That's what we called them back in the 90s.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, so I prefer if we could go green, yellow, red or something like that, some signaling. That would be awesome. So does anybody have anything else they want to toss on in here before we hit the disconnect button for the evening?
The only thing, honestly, that I would add is, you know, whether you're applying to be a dishwasher or you're applying to be a COO or a CEO, everybody has resumes today. And sometimes it's the smallest things like you guys have been saying that make all the difference in the world. And it's simple things like making sure that you do a spell check, making sure that you have your contact information correct. That can make all the difference in the world. You have one word spelled wrong and you might get rejected for that alone, because if you don't have that level of attention to detail, they may not want you, depending on what the role is. So don't be afraid to have somebody else look through it, even if it's just for a spell check. You know, if they're not checking facts or anything along those lines, let somebody else read it. Let another set of eyes see it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So that's what I got.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to help you succeed. And if they don't, get rid of them in your life. You got 50,000 people on this site that really do care about you. So, you know, there could be 22 million if you guys had hit the invite button. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyone else want to throw anything in before we hit the disconnect button for the evening?
Nah, we're good. We threw a lot out there, so
Yep.
not
All right,
muddy
guys.
up the water.
Use the page, ask for help. A lot of resources out there. Hit the file section and put a link down below. There's resumes in there, resume.com, My Perfect Resume, Hire Our Heroes events. There's all these places that are out there. Here in Minneapolis, MacV. You go in there, you meet with those fellows over there. They'll get you a resume, a basic one up and running. So there is a lot of resources out there to get you on your feet and help you become as successful as you can be. All right.
Perfect. That's
all we got for the evening. Have a nice evening, and we will see you guys back here next Tuesday after you add a bunch of your vet friends and people that love supporting vets to the page. If not, don't be a Blue Falcon. That's it. That's all I got to say. Bye.
Bye.
Night.